Hi, Leo. Welcome. So, Leo, I'm going to start with the spiritual general messages. This is your reading. And then I'm going to go into the love reading, the you versus them. I'm time stamping this February because that's when I'm recording it. But my readings are timeless, which means whenever you find this, that's when you're meant to hear it. So, let's go ahead and get into it, Leo. The first word that I got when I was meditating was powerhouse. So, I don't really know what that word means. And then I was getting the song Electric Love. And I'm not entirely sure the name of the artist, but it's a real upbeat, like, I don't know, electrifying song. So definitely check that song out. See if it resonates with you, or maybe you just like the song and it lifts your spirits. But let's see what that's all about, Leo. I also got some cards out already. You have the card of totality, but it's in the reverse, and then you have the card of stress, and then you have the card of comparison and isolation. So I don't know if you can see that. So I feel like some of you are really having a hard time seeing like the big picture as to how things are coming together or why things are the way that they are right now. And life has a tendency to do that to us. Sometimes we're lucky enough to get the big picture, and sometimes we're just too up close to our own situations, right, to be able to see that. And so I feel like there's this period of time here where everything may seem very up close and personal to you, which is really interesting because the last reading I did for you, the title was, "Oh, it's personal." If you didn't check out that reading, check it out. And then here I am getting like a similar message. And then you have the card of comparison and isolation. So be careful, Leo, about comparing your situation or comparing yourself to others or another, especially in a negative way or a demeaning way, whether that be to yourself or to another. Sometimes it's hurtful, right, to look out into the world or onto another person who's in a different circumstance and feel that tug of, envy, or feel that tug of comparisons. And it just never feels good, right? Because we're not meant to compare ourselves to other people. We're all each individually unique. We're all on our own special paths that we chose before we came to these bodies. And so to compare yourself to another is always going to feel bad because your higher self is never going to be in agreement with that. And anytime you feel negative emotion, it's because you have deviated or moved away from your higher self and how it sees and feels through your thoughts, okay, through your perceptions. And that's what negative emotion means. It means that you're going out of alignment with Source, who's always seeing you as unique and special and loved and worthy and important, right? So words to hold on to there, Leo, as we get ready to go into the rest of the reading. And give me just one quick second to adjust my, sorry about that. I can never get my angle, my lighting right, whatever. Anyways, who cares? The overall card that you got is Sagittarius, which is interesting because I also did Sagittarius's reading recently. Some of you could be connecting with Sag energy, have that in your own chart, and or just maybe the influencing vibe. So this is encouraging you to go outside of the box, be more independent, travel, and let yourself experience new experience, right? It's a very unbridled, no boundary, kind of risk-taking energy almost. But it's all about experiences in life and having lots of experiences in your life, which is interesting because we all live life at a different pace, right? Some people will experience 4 lifetimes worth of experiences in 40 years. Other people it may take them 80 years to experience that same amount. But never judge a book by its cover, I guess. Like, I feel like I'm also speaking to those Leos that have old souls, so to speak, or have come here to experience many things in one lifetime. Because it does seem fast-paced to me. It does seem that there's also a repetitiveness in the energy. But It's funny that, you know, that's coming to the forefront in this reading, because I was just watching something yesterday, and it was literally about that. Like, some people think it's wrong, you know, when we leave, say we leave our bodies or we leave this earth at a young age, but sometimes it only takes us 20 years to accomplish what we came to accomplish. Sometimes it takes us 40 years, sometimes it takes us 80 years. You know, somebody could have lived more life in those 20 years than most people do their whole life. And so you never really know what your journey, what other people's journeys are about, because it's not really your business to know that, but it is your business to know and understand your personal journey and your personal plight. And that is exactly what the last reading I did for you was talking about. So I feel like this is a continuation of that. So let's see what else we have coming through for you, Leo. Get a little bit more specific. For my Leos, yes, nice. The Sun card out as your first card. 6 of Swords. 9 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. So there's this heaviness here, Leo, my goodness. It's interesting that Sag energy came up, because in their reading it was about baggage. What is baggage and how do we release it? And this is the card of baggage, right? Some of you have some mental and emotional baggage that you have yet to really truly release out of your energy. And what I was saying in the Sag reading is that most people don't even know that they're carrying baggage, right? Because they don't understand what that really means. Like, for instance, you can leave the old relationship and physically distance yourself, but unless you have also released the emotion and the spiritual tie to that person and that situation, then you're still carrying that in your essence, right? So that's what it means to carry forth baggage, taking your past into your present, whether that's because you have your own healing to do about it, or you keep talking about it, you keep thinking about it. Whenever you reinvite old stuff into the now, you're bringing baggage to the forefront. So there may be a little bit of that going on, Leo, and it may be affecting your happiness. You know, like you're trying to move past something, but it still gets to you at night, or, you know, when your mind is tired or restless. And then it just makes everything feel so much more difficult. Like life not feeling so as good as it could be. Instead of it feeling exciting and pleasurable, it may feel heavy and bleak, and just your physical body may also feel the weight of this. And it has to deal with something that you're continually bringing back into your energy daily through the mind, whether it's a reoccurring memory or a reoccurring thought pattern, but it's something that has yet to be healed, so therefore it does not dissipate. So let's go deeper. I wish I knew what that song Electric Love was about. I really don't know, other than it's fun to roller skate too. If you know the song or what it's about or the lyrics, put it in the chat. Okay, so the World, 6 of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, Leo, emotionally though, I feel like you are going into the space of overcoming that. So, and I use that term loosely, overcoming it, because oftentimes we overcome things just to experience new things to overcome. You know what I mean? Like life is a continuous journey of ups and downs. And so there's not really this completion point that you're ever going to get to in your life where you're completely healed and you have no problems and nothing to worry about, because then you would also have nothing to think about, nothing to strive for, nothing to grow you. And that wouldn't feel good either. So also get rid of this idea that there's some like state of being that you're supposed to be and attain and be in all of the time in order for you to live a good life. But it's like, no, you're living a good life right now, and it is a mixture of ups and downs, and that's all right. That's got to be all right, because that's what creates life, is the ups and downs. That's what continually pushes our souls forward, right? Is that growth and expansion and development. But there should be joy along the way, lots of joy. And if you're not feeling lots of joy, then you're pointed thought-wise in the wrong direction, because there is a karmic completion here. There is success here. There is progress. So I do feel some sort of success or recognition or something going your way, right? That kind of sparks you or gets you kind of out of this funky, weird energy. They're giving me the song Funky Cold Medina. Okay. So it's like you're getting some sort of small win from the universe that if you could, fixate on that win and really cultivate that, almost obsess over that, how that good that felt. If you obsess over good feeling thoughts, you create more good feeling things. But oftentimes our brain only wants to obsess over the things that went wrong. I don't know why. Human psychology, right? But it's like getting a small win here and then, giving it all of your focus, all of your attention, so that that small win turns into a big win in the long run. So let's see what else. 3 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. Because some of you have been doubting, your circumstances or your worth, or feeling insecure. It's really been draining you. It's been weighing on you. And yet at the same time, it's like you're not seeing the big picture, Leo. You are taking score too soon, and it's time to push away because you're too up close to this to see the big picture. And that's why it feels the way that it feels. But if you were to pull away and see the bigger picture, then you would not feel this way. You would feel more certain. You would feel more secure. You would realize that there's support here available to you, and you would almost ignore this feeling of insecurity, okay? Some of you, it is around a connection or a relationship, but it could also be, Leo, that you're learning how to truly connect with yourself. Maybe for the first time ever is what I'm hearing. And to be a little bit more fun and playful, okay? Some of you are actually calling in a connection, okay? Whether it be a friend or an intimate partner or just a family or somebody who's very supportive, that is fun and that is inviting and that is here for your benefit, okay? But you have to stop focusing on, they're asking you to stop focusing on whatever this is that's emotionally and mentally draining you. And for some of you, they want you to also let go of comparing, okay? So let's see what the guidance is. I can always enter my vibrational vortex of creation. The key to getting inside your vibrational vortex of creation, of experiencing the absolute absence of resistance, of achieving complete alignment with all that you've become and all that you desire, and of bringing to your physical experience everything that you desire, is being in the state of appreciation. And there is no more important object of attention to which you must flow your appreciation than to yourself. How often do you allow yourself to feel appreciation for who you are? I would guess not very often, because most of us don't. We just don't practice that. We're kind of taught out of that. We're actually taught that that makes us selfish, but in Spirit's eyes, that's self-love. It's time to flow the appreciation to yourself. Appreciate yourself for who you are. All right, wow. Now that we've gotten into that, let's see what we have coming in when it comes to love. We're going to jump now to the you versus them portion of the reading. So sit right there and I'll see you in just a second. And welcome back. So now we're going to go into the you versus them love portion of the reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind that this could be, yes, about an intimate partner or an ex, but it could also be about a family member, a friend, a coworker, you name it. No way! Oh my gosh. Sorry. It's my extra. You got the same exact card as you got in the last reading, Sagittarius. Some of you are definitely connecting with the Sagittarius. Others of you, like, same message, different reading. Like, it's all about, you know, being happy-go-lucky, putting yourself out there, maybe taking, you know, a calculated risk or two. Very honest energy as well. So taking the honest approach will be helpful to you. But let's see what else we have coming through for you, Leo. Man. Okay. I love this card. To me, now the title of this card, and this is your overall energy, is trust. But to me, that always looks like a trust fall. You know what that is? Where you trust somebody and you fall and they catch you. But it also, to me, is about faith. So that is your encouragement. This person has the card of the inner voice, which is all about listening to their intuition, their higher self, their inner being, and they could also be a very intuitive person. So let's see, Leo, what we have coming through. I'm going to look at the recent past, and then I'm going to look at how you're seeing each other, how you feel underneath it all, and most likely outcome. So recent past for Leo. Ooh, 9 of Cups. Three of Pentacles. And the Page of Swords. So I feel like there was something here for you to learn, Leo, when it comes to like building solid foundations, especially in relationships or in this relationship. I feel like there's a big, huge part of you that really was looking just to feel good, you know, and to feel good about the progress you were making, okay, in your life, in general, in work, maybe, but also possibly with this connection. But there's also like this very skeptical nature showing up where it may feel or have felt like in the past you were kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. So let's see this person's recent past. It was the Emperor, but it came out in the reverse. The Knight of Cups, sorry. And the Page of Wands. So I feel like this person in the past kind of had to relinquish this need to be in control when it came to relationships or a relationship partner or possibly you. Meaning like they needed to learn how to let their guard down a little bit more, to be a little bit more vulnerable, be a bit more loving and a little bit more playful and a lot less serious. Like I feel like, you know, this was not like an easy thing for this person to overcome. It may be something that they still struggle with, but it was kind of necessary for their growth and development, and that's kind of where Spirit is ushering them at this moment. So let's see how you're seeing each other in the now. How do you see this person, Leo? Queen of Wands. 10 of Pentacles. And the Queen of Cups. So you see this person in many different ways. Like in one way you see their creativity, their passion, and yeah, maybe their mood or moodiness. But you also see this person as soft, intuitive, caring, okay? Somebody that is a good match, okay, to who you are as well as a person. There's the 10 of Pentacles, which lets me know that you see or saw a firm foundation here of which you could build on with this person as well. So let's see how they see you. 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Hold on a second. I was going to say the first thing I got is that this person saw you as closed off, cold, um, stubborn, um, which I guess that made me pause because I feel like you're seeing this person in a really positive light. And I'm not saying that they don't see you at all in a positive light, but I do feel like there is some sort of misunderstanding here, and or they're misreading your energy, okay? And that's a big possibility. Like, I do actually feel that this person is, I guess, set in their ways to some degree. They may actually be the ones who are isolating and being stubborn and closed off, and they may actually be projecting that onto you. Leo, is projection is really tricky. A lot of times it feels like other people are doing things to us, or making us feel this way, but the majority of the time it is us doing it to us, and law of attraction is just bouncing it back, mirror mirror, that type of ish. So this is really interesting to me that this is coming up. And I actually got that message about projections in the Gemini reading as well. So if you're dealing with a Gemini, check that reading out. So let's go. How do you feel underneath all of it, Leo? A bit hesitant? Oh, you want to be the one in control. See, this person had to learn to relinquish control, and now I see this part of you that wants to be in control, okay? I'm not saying you want to control this person. I'm just saying, like, you want to feel like you're in control, okay? Who doesn't? But be careful that you're not also trying to control, right, the behavior of another, or trying to control how somebody else feels, because you don't have the power to do that. I mean, we have the power of suggestion, but this is a law of attraction universe, not law of insertion. So we each get to decide for ourselves how we feel, and how we feel determines what we attract to us. Nobody else gets to decide that, not for you, but also not for other people. So just keep that in mind, right? Like, your job is to control how you view the person, how loving you are to yourself and to others, how you choose to be, who you choose to be. Okay, so I feel, you're very stable though. You're showing up very stable in the energy, and yet at the same time, like, on the fence or a bit guarded. I think because, there is this part of you that is fixed. You're a fixed sign, so you do like to feel like things are, within control or predictable or stable, right? You like that sense of familiarity or stability. But there is this hopefulness showing up now, and this healing that is also showing up in your heart space. Some of you, Aquarius. So let's see how they feel about you. The Hermit, the High Priestess, the Tower. Wow. See, now this is interesting, because see, now this person is going through a lot of shifts and changes and transformations spiritually. Yeah, it is going, yes, it does affect them emotionally, and as well as the relationship, but this is more of an individual spiritual experience that they're going through right now that is actually helping them to learn themselves better, especially when it comes to relationships and how they relate to partners, or how they relate to this relationship. So it may actually be that this person is the one that is somewhat closing themselves off, because they are kind of going through this big internal shift, and then maybe because they're not aware of how they come off to you or others, they're projecting that and thinking other people are being closed off to them, but they're the ones being closed off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've literally had this happen to me where, like, like I had been taking a sabbatical or time away for myself, and that was all good and stuff until, like, I didn't want to be by myself anymore, and, like, nobody was there, like, and I was like, why is nobody there for me? Because I wasn't being there for me, but also I wasn't present or there for anybody else, So I started projecting, like, the same thing, right? Like, people are being closed off to me. No, I was being closed off, and it was coming off and rubbing off on other people in a way that made them feel like leaving me alone. You know what I mean? Like, if you understand energy and that you're always projecting a vibrational wavelength of energy, you can get to the heart of why any one person responds and reacts to you in the way that they do, if you really truly understand the origination of where that vibration began, and that's what's fascinating about understanding the laws of the universe and law of attraction, but that's for another video. Anyways, let's see what the most likely outcome is. Queen of Pentacles, King of Wands, Five of Wands, Eight of Pentacles. So, Leo, I do feel there's this back and forth here. Okay, some of you, I'm just going to say, okay, some of you are looking at options, okay? Whether that's options of where you want to go with your life, what path you want to take. Some of you, especially my single Leos, you might actually be looking at, who's out there, but regardless, I do feel that there is this back and forth here, and needing to kind of work on yourself a little bit more, needing to wait, needing to consider things a little bit longer. Because now when you feel split about something, meaning you can't make your mind up, one day you feel this way, the next day you feel that way, that doesn't mean to leap into action, so that you finally make your mind up. And in fact, that's where most people go wrong, is they leap into action before they do the vibrational work first. That split feeling means that you need to take a little bit more time to really feel out, soothe yourself, figure out, think about which direction actually feels best to you before you take the action. That split feeling is so uncomfortable, though, that most people cannot stand it. They can't stand feeling indecisive. So they will just impulsively act on something just to get out of that energy. But that's kind of the messy way to do it. And I know you're a fire sign, but you are a fixed sign, so you're not quite as impulsive as your other fire elements. So if you have the opportunity to sit and weigh something out for a little bit longer until it starts to feel like you're absolutely sure that you're leaning more in this direction than this, and you will over time figure out which one feels better, then I would do that. I would continue to bide your time and work on yourself, and try to let go of this for a moment, especially drama. FYI, if there's drama being brought to your energy, there might be some work, that you need to do on yourself. A lot of times people bring drama to us because we've got drama going on inside of us. You know what I mean? Like, just think about that, I guess. Realizing that you are always connected to everything that you experience can feel painful, especially if you're experiencing something you really don't like. But it could also transform your life, because you'll never not know why that happened or why somebody responded this way. You'll forever be able to make the connection between what you were thinking, how you were predominantly feeling, and what occurred next. And once you know that, then you can begin to consciously, deliberately shift your life experience. And that's the only point in time that you're ever genuinely and truly in control of your life, because you're in control of your vibration. And that's what it means to be empowered. And until you reach that point, until you have that aha moment of associating those things, you will forever feel like life is just happening randomly to you. And that feels scary, disempowered. Anyways, I don't know why we're going so deep with this. I love you guys. This is just me. This is just me being me, reading the cards. I'm just the messenger. Okay, so this person's most likely outcome: King of Swords, Eight of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the Strength card. So this person is really, you know, they're a thinker. They like to think about things before they say them, before they do them. And this may actually make them appear stubborn, which I felt earlier, like the sense of stubbornness. But this person isn't as stubborn as you think, because they have changed their ways in the past. They have changed over time. You know, in the past, they were much more like serious and controlling, and now they have learned how to loosen up and be a little bit more fun. But they are going through their own spiritual transformation right now and trying to get their own grounding. So it's not really personal to you, which is funny, because the last reading I did for you, the title was It's Personal. But I feel like this person's journey, though, is personal to them. So I feel like this person's confidence is growing, though. Their sense of self-worth is growing. They may have some sort of breakthrough during this time frame. You may have a breakthrough with this person during this time frame. So I'm hearing all things are possible and on the table. So let's see what the guidance has to say. I can get from an unwanted to a wanted relationship. I swear I get this card all the time. I have like 70 of these. It's card number 39. As you walk away from one unpleasant situation, the law of attraction will bring another that feels very much like it, and usually quickly. You just cannot get there from there. To get to where you want to be, to that place of feeling better, you have to reach for alignment between you and you. Getting yourself feeling good before you take action is always the best process. For when you do not feel good, you cannot be inspired to any action that will actually solve the problem. Sound advice, Leo. Wow, very, very interesting reading. But I am going to leave it there for now. Zodiac signs you may be connecting with or having your own chart. You could be dealing with another Leo, but I also have lots of Earth here: Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Virgo, Scorpio, Aries, Aquarius, and of course Sagittarius. So those are the primary signs I'm seeing, but keep in mind it is a general. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram as well for more fun stuff. I do go live and chat on my Facebook, Tarot Time with Dana, all of it linked below, as well as in the About section. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very, very best, Leo. And until next time, my friends, namaste.